would prefer to prioritize like other animals rather than like my convenience or my normal living. It's really hard to do that, and it's really hard. I feel like it's really hard to do that for a lot of Americans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay with being live on YouTube?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine with me.
My name's Cooper. What's your name?
I'm Jimmy.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy. So our first question is, how do you feel about animals?
I love animals. I have a cat at home.
Okay.
It's amazing. His name's Gary.
Okay, so your time taking care of Gary and interacting with Gary, what does it teach you about Gary's feelings?
Oh man, he's got a lot of feelings I don't understand.
It's complex.
I can't really communicate with him when he poops on the floor. I'm like, don't
Oh,
do that.
man.
But I can't just, I got to try to understand where he's coming from to some extent.
Yeah.
He's a lot different than me.
Would you say he's an individual, like he's different from other cats?
Yeah, definitely. He's different
Yeah.
from all the other cats I've ever had in my life, for sure.
Do you think there's a difference between, say, a cat and a pig in their ability to have feelings and to be individuals?
I don't know. Probably, most likely.
Do you think there is a difference in their ability? Or there isn't a difference?
Probably is. That's my best answer, is there probably is. I mean, not really much way
Right.
to know.
Do you think like there are some pigs who prefer like the company of other pigs, or maybe there's some humans which they prefer the company of maybe a human who isn't nice to them, they don't want to be around them, they want to be around humans who treat them nicely? Do you think they have a similar dynamic as conscious, sentient individuals compared to dogs or cats?
Probably not as much as humans, I would say. I think humans.
But
Yeah.
compared to the dogs or cats?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that before.
But do you think they feel? Do you think, like, for instance, if I walked up to a pig and I kicked them, would they suffer?
Yeah.
Right. I wonder, do you think there's anything that humans need from other animals in 2026 for entertainment or food or clothing? Or do you think we have alternatives today?
Oh. Can you repeat the question? Can you really rephrase it?
Yeah. So, like, when we live in 2026, we might have needed these things in the past, but I wonder, do you think we need to use animals today for food and clothing and entertainment? Or do we have another option?
Probably other options, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially like with food.
Right.
Like, I disagree with, like, I don't really like animal cruelty, like, in terms of, like, eating the things that have been in cages forever. Like, I think there are alternatives to that. I think in entertainment, like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of, like, alternatives.
Like if we could watch a nature documentary that captures, I don't know, maybe the dolphins in the wild versus go to the aquarium where they're trapped in a tank, do you think it's more fair for the dolphins to watch the nature documentary instead?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like a similar dynamic within food? Like, do you think we could choose not to use animals for food at the grocery store that you shop at?
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think stops you?
I just think it's so built into. I mean, I think there's political ramifications of that. Like, there's
It's kind of normalized. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, it's normalized. I think the meat and dairy industry is very powerful and has a lot of influence. I've read some books on that, and it's
Very powerful, yeah.
It's hard to kind of get out of that and get out of that rut, even though we know that it's not
Yeah.
as good for our bodies, and
Right.
it's also not as good for the environment with just
Yeah.
butchering cows nonstop. Like, it's just not good for
Yeah.
a lot of things.
I want to ask, do you think, when you think about, and you're weighing it up, maybe you envision a scale, and on one end you have kind of a normalized habit, and on the other end there's the life of an animal. What do you prioritize more within your principles?
That's a good question. I feel like most.
What would you like to? What would you prefer to prioritize?
I would prefer to prioritize like other animals rather than like my convenience or my normal living. It's really hard to do that, and it's really hard. I feel like it's really hard to do that for a lot of Americans.
Yeah. 'Cause we're not raised that way, are we?
No, absolutely not.
Have you heard of the term vegan, and if so, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I don't have a negative connotation with that in my mind. My mom is a dietitian and primarily eats vegan and got me on that, and like I really was for that because I'd made my body feel a lot better versus having like a beef stew for dinner
Right.
where I just feel really heavy, and versus feeling more energized. I think it was a lot better for me in that way. I wasn't really doing that for like thinking about like animal cruelty or anything, or kind of going against that. But I just was doing that because it was really good for my body. So I was vegan for about like a year,
So that's definitely part of it. Like there's these health benefits, there's the environmental benefits.
Yeah.
We talk about it here precisely as about that principle against using other animals if we can, right? If I'm in the middle of the woods, it becomes complicated. It's like, what do I do if I don't have another option? But it's about that principle as we're defining it. Veganism, if we can not harm others or if we can not exploit animals, we're asking the question, should we, if we have another option? Do you think when you hear that principle, do you think it lines up with your own when I say it out loud?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What would be your biggest personal obstacle to saying, I know how to eat mostly plant-based, I'm just going to start eating plant-based, and I'm also going to boycott, animals being used in zoos? What would stop you from saying, I'm just going to relate to animals as individuals from now on?
I think what would stop me is, I think again, it's so built into, like we were talking about, it's so built into our core as, Americans that
McDonald's.
Convenience is king. It's hard to think of animals in that way. And so I think that's automatically built into our DNA, unfortunately. And so, but I also think, humans, I think vastly, my personal opinion, humans are a little bit different than animals. Where I think we have souls and they don't. Like we can think a little bit differently about the world around us, and they don't. That's my personal opinion, and so I think that puts humans.
That wouldn't justify exploiting Gary, right? Just because Gary might not have a soul.
No, absolutely not. I don't think that means that I can just do whatever I want to animals.
I think it would justify using them or killing them when we had another option.
No, absolutely not.
So, as somebody who's so open-minded about this, I just want to ask, if people like you and I don't make this change, who's going to do it?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Nobody else. I mean, I don't think anybody else. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's fair for another animal to be exploited or enter a slaughterhouse for you, since you've reflected on it and it's not in alignment with who you are? Do you think it's fair?
No.
Can I leave you with a resource card that links to some resources, and it gives people the power to be an informed consumer, and just so they can know if they want to opt out or not? Would you be open to that? Okay. All right. We got somebody a little upset with us on the side, but this is our card. You can go to antianimaluse.org, and there's a lot of resources on there about plant-based recipes. There's some documentaries. If you want to see what happens in farms and slaughterhouses, to be connected with that process and see if you want to continue contributing, you can go to this QR code right here. It links to a documentary called Dominion, and it just shows those standards in farms and slaughterhouses, and it gives us that choice, that ability to make that informed choice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I don't know a lot about this side, so.
Do you have any final thoughts or questions that you want to ask?
No, I don't. I think this is thought-provoking in me, and appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a good one.
You too.
All right.